Sport has been the world stage for politics for many years, where it's exploited to make a statement that everybody will see all over the world. With growing issues in racism, gender inequality and terrorism, sport has been a way to easily target these issues, such as the terrorist attack at the 1972 Olympics in Munich, where a Palestinian group took hostage and killed 11 members on the Israeli Olympic team. This was seen all over the world, as it was during the world's largest international sporting event, creating a huge political statement after Palestine wanted 234 Palestinian prisoners released from prison. However, sport can be used as a panacea for politics and can help unite and can help find peace. Politics is a large part of sport, and it can be for many positive or negative reasons. Sometimes it may be taking a stance against serious issues such as racism, or it can be more unwanted statements such as terrorism. Politics may be used to make a country look good. For example, many countries may want to host the Olympics as it gives a country a lot of money, especially in tourism. It also advertises the country to the world stage as it shows that the country is stable, as well as showing sporting superiority. As well as this, it can help unite and manage antisocial behaviour. However, some countries can take the idea of trying to look good on the world stage to an extreme. At the Beijing Olympics, China wanted to look as good as possible, so when a young girl was seen singing at the opening ceremony, people were shocked to find out that the girl was lip-syncing, as the actual voice was from a girl that was perceived as less cute. Small acts like this are how the country tried to come across as superior. However, hosting can cause issues, as I said before about the 1972 terrorist attack at the Olympics in Munich. This political activity was strategically done where everyone all over the world would be able to see it. This not only put a strain on Munich's services, but also cost them a lot of money, as well as giving the impression to the rest of the world that it was an unsafe place to go, which in turn should decline in tourism, which gives them an economic loss. Overall, hosting events can politically help a country very much. It can not only bring a country unity, such as the World Cup where club rivalry is forgotten, but also help the country in the long run. For example, after the London Olympics, many children started to take part in new sports, and in hand helped increase child obesity levels, which then relieve pressure off of the NHS. As well as this, there is racial integration, which helps make the country a nice and safe place to live. Sport can help politics as it can be used as a panacea. For example, rugby was used to unite South Africa in the Rugby World Cup in 1995, where it was the first major sporting event after the apartheid. The World Cup helped to bring unity back to South Africa and make it a better place, and this was done through sport. This shows that the thief practice peace through sport, not also bad political statements. Racism has become a huge problem in sport for years, especially in football. Many black football players have experienced racial slurs and comments from spectators live and over social media. However, there have been many political statements taking place to try and stop this. For example, on the 19th of April, the PFA and many Premier League football players of all races went on social media stance, where many posted a picture saying enough, making a stand against racism, and were off social media for a day, showing that racism for football is intolerable and that there is no space for it. As well as this, there are also campaigns such as Kick It Out, which aims to give racism the red card. This is seen in stadiums, on match balls and adverts on TV to help get this political message across, in aid to try and make football a better game. There can be many positive political moments in sport, but they're usually overpowered by the negative ones. But there are now many ways that these negative issues are being dealt with. For example, UEFA has recently made a 3-step rule in football, where if there's a visual or audio signs of racism in the crowd, then the referee will temporarily stop the game and give a warning to the spectators. They will then pause the game again if it happens a second time, then after the third time the match will be abandoned. However, this has never been completely followed through, such as during the England vs Bulgaria match, where Bulgaria fans exceeded the 3 warnings, but the match carried on. This also sadly overpowered a 6-0 win by England side due to the negative racial political statement that the Bulgarian fans were showing. Other ways to come at issues is by using money. Terrorism can be very dangerous event So a lot of money has to be put in place to ensure that events are as safe as possible, such as more stewards, metal detectors, and enforcement such as barriers. Overall, politics in sport can be used in a good and bad way. For example, the American football players who knelt down to show Black power. And overall, political statements help sport become a better and more knowledgeable place.